Hi, I am Tanya, a growth marketer at Meritto. I welcome you all to this edition of Illuminate by Meritto. For those who don't know, Meritto is the operating system for student recruitment and enrollments worldwide. Trusted by over 1,000 plus education organizations, from edtech companies to higher education organizations, Meritto streamlines processes for sales, marketing, admissions, finance, and operations team. Meritto empowers 1 billion student engagement annually, processing 100 million inquiries and managing 5 million applications on average. And for those of you who are on to their first Illuminate by Meritto webinar, it is a series of live webinars where we bring you the latest insights, best practices, and technology on everything about student recruitment and enrollment. We host expert speakers from Meritto alongside experts, thought leaders, and decision makers from the world of education, offering unparalleled insights for the education industry. And today we have Mr. Chi Hang Nong, who is an experienced IT professional with a background in psychology. He has a wealth of experience working in both local and multinational companies. Before joining Help University, currently he is actively involved in shaping Help University's future technology strategy as part of their ongoing digital transformation journey. In addition to his work at Help University, Mr. Hung voluntarily serves as the chair of the PCOM CIO chapter, a not for profit association that provides a collaborative platform for senior IT leaders in Malaysia to network, brainstorm, and contribute to the growth and development of the country's IT landscape. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sure Mr. Hung has a lot to share with us about Help University and himself, but before that, let me give our audiences a brief introduction. So, Help University was established in 1986 in Malaysia, and it is a premier institution of higher learning renowned for its commitment to academic excellence and innovative education. With a diverse range of programs across various disciplines, the university is dedicated to nurturing talent and fostering a holistic educational experience. Help University is recognized for its strong emphasis on research, global partnerships, and a supportive learning environment that equips students with the skill and knowledge necessary to thrive in a dynamic global landscape. Its ongoing efforts in digital transformation and industry collaboration further enhances its role as a leading educational institution in Malaysia and the region. And we also have with us Shabazz Siddiqui, who is the region head of Malaysia as well as UAE at Meritto. With more than 10 years of experience with 1,000 plus education organizations and heading the regions of UAE and Malaysia, he has helped them fuel their enrollment growth and Meritto's purpose-built solutions, a de facto choice for all education organizations. Hi, Shabazz.
Thank you. Thank you, Tanya, for the introduction.
So Shabazz is the one who frequently travels between India, Malaysia, and UAE. And before we dive into the nitty-gritty of digital transformation and its impact on education, Shabazz, I'm curious to know something. Like, how do you manage to stay on top of all these diverse cultures and environments? Do you have any favorite local customs or unique experiences from your travel that you like to share with the audiences?
I think, Tanya, it's all about the people that you're meeting, right? So if the people are very friendly, right? So I've met Mr. Hong, quite a number of times. You go to Malaysia, you find people very friendly, very welcoming, very warm. Same goes for the UAE as a region, right? And culturally, if you see all the countries like India, UAE, Malaysia, right? Culturally, we are bound together. So we respect each other's culture, and that warmth is always there. So you don't feel like you're traveling to a different nation or different place. It always feels like home away from home. So that's what always keeps me motivating, and also give me the ease of traveling and meeting a lot of people across the globe in terms of these regions.
Agreed, agreed. So, Mr. Ong, I've heard the weather in Malaysia is unpredictable. One moment it's sunny and the next a tropical downpour. How do you manage with such a dynamic climate?
Okay, basically, once you live in a climate, you will get used to it. Okay, so I'm sure that in India you also face the same thing. Okay, you may have a four season. Okay, and you get used to it. Basically, after a while, you get adapt to it. So no problem in living in a four season or dynamic weather that changes. Like morning is sunny, afternoon is rainy, then at the night is gloomy. So It's just fact of life.
So speaking of the adaptability and dynamic environments, let's dive into the exciting world of digital transformations. My first question is to you, Mr. Hong. So could you tell our audiences more about the Help University? I mean, like what unique aspects of this institution make it stand out in Malaysia's vibrant educational landscape?
Well, first of all, let me introduce HELP. Okay, HELP is actually stand for Higher Education Learning Philosophy. Okay, but we always say that help is here. And recently, my friend actually told me I can't get help away from my mind because wherever I see, there is help. Okay, there is an emergency button with a label help. Help is here. Okay, so help basically is very well known in this region for at the moment for its psychology courses. Okay, we are the one of the best institutions in ASEAN region. Okay, besides that, we have business and also IT. And on top of that, basically, our students like our campuses. There is no not pressure, okay, compared to some other campuses that they feel that they are very claustrophobic. And they are easy to roam around, and the teachers are very friendly. The staff are very helpful, so they feel very at ease at home, and they can get help anytime. So this is how help has been standing out. We are not we don't have the best campus in the world, but it's good enough, and they find it suitable, okay, to encourage the learning experience. I think suitable is a key instead of I have everything the best, but it doesn't suit your needs or requirements. And that is why help has been here for about 40 years.
Health University definitely, certainly has its own distinct features. Now, considering the dynamic environment you manage under, so how does a typical day look like for you as the director of corporate information center amidst such a vibrant landscape? Could you walk us through it?
Well, daily routine basically is quite mundane. Okay, it's the same for everybody in the corporate world. But we get to talk to the students. I run a help desk. So whenever students have a problem, they come to us. I get to talk to them and find out what is their problems, and then we will be able to address them and well, put into our strategy forward so that they can feel more happy and at home. And beyond that, we actually have a network of head of ITs among our private institutions in Malaysia, private education institutions in Malaysia. So we also able to exchange ideas, well, things that doesn't touch the confidentiality information. You will be able to help each other out. For example, recently we just launched e-invoicing in Malaysia. And the private group that we established actually helps a lot in helping each other to meet the deadline.
Wow, managing daily operations in a dynamic environment sounds fascinating. So I can say this that your day sounds both challenging and rewarding at the end of the day. So now for our audiences who are watching this webinar on the recorded version of this session and are not in Malaysia, of course, could you share what the current state of digital transformation in Malaysian education organization is like? Perhaps give us a snapshot as vivid as a walk through the colorful streets of Penang.
Sure. In Malaysia, we are all on board the digital transformation journey. Some of us are more advanced. Okay, they already have quite a few digital settings, digital tools in place to help them in managing their daily lives. Some others are still quite lacking behind. For help, we are in between. We still have some manual processes, and we also have digital tools that help us in our daily processes and automate certain areas of management that be able to support students in a more effective ways.
All right. So, Shabazz, you've been on ground internationally, being a witness to several educational organizations and their growth, especially in UAE and Malaysia. So, how do you see the current landscape of digital transformation in Malaysia, and how has it evolved over the years? Also, what are your thoughts on it being different from other regions?
Absolutely. If I have to share my thoughts, so first, when you talk about UAE and Malaysia, right? When you talk about higher education space, both of them are having 100 plus private institutions there. So it's not just about the government run institutions, but private run institutions as well. When you talk about the digital adoption, and when you compare it with, the West, far, far, far West, then if you talk about the digital adoption in UAE or Malaysia, it's more than the average adoption rate across globe, right? Specifically, when you talk about Southeast Asia, then the adoption rate of Malaysia and UAE is higher as compared to a lot of, even developed organizations. Similarly, when you talk about, what is changing in terms of transformation in Malaysia, so when you see initiatives, right, MOE wants Malaysia to be leader in TVET, which is technical and vocational education and training. So they want such set of adoption there. They are coming up with a lot of things like centralized applications. They want to focus on digital skills. They want the upcoming workforce to be digitally trained and ready for the future. And these are the changes which are happening. And I think with the government support, they are evolving with a very larger pace.
Right. It's always intriguing to hear about the evolution of digital transformation. So, Mr. Hong, how has the digital transformation impacted the enrollment journey at your institution, at Help University? Have there been any specific challenges you've encountered, and how have you addressed them time to time?
Well, well, basically, is before we embark on the digital transformation, basically we only have two channels of doing enrollment. One is face-to-face, where the students come to us and we fill out a paper forms and get them enrolled into our system. Okay, that is very mundane and very, very labor intensive. Okay, however, once we started with our own enrollment system, okay, may not be perfect, but we were able to enroll students digitally, and we are able to actually take in students inquiries from multiple channels, okay, WhatsApp, Facebook, phone calls, even TikTok, okay. So these are all the well, of course, emails. These are all the channels that now are available for students to reach us. On top of that, there are other students recruitment channels. For example, agents, recruitment agents that we have in different countries, strategic partners that or partner universities that we have a relationship that we send students to each other. So these are quite a few enrollment channels that we have to manage the inflow of the students. But once they come in, basically they all go into a single system where students get registered and enroll into their courses. So more or less, that is how the flow of the students inflow.
Well, that's good. I would say that challenges often lead to, valuable insights, and I'm sure our audiences are already making the notes of it. So, Shabazz, do you agree with Mr. Hong's observation on the enrollment journey? How do you see these insights aligning with the broader trends that you have observed?
Absolutely, I agree with my fellow panelist, Mr. Hong, because like Mr. Hong has explained, earlier there were only two channels to interact with the candidate, which was mostly face-to-face or telephonic. Now the candidates, which are the new generation, are available on various places or various platforms, be it social media platforms, be it your website, some landing pages, some chatbots, some offline events. And with changing dynamics, when you talk about Malaysia or UAE, you get a lot of students which are being, at first level nurtured by the particular agents. So you want to get the details of the candidates into the system on first place. So that's the first primary challenge. Then the second challenge that Mr. Hong highlighted was interacting with the candidates. So we always say, understand where your audience is. That means where exactly the candidate is coming from, and interact with the candidate in that particular point. And you will understand that if you are interacting on that particular medium from where the candidate has put the inquiry, the two-way communication is gonna be more smooth, right? And apart from that, you get various inferences. For example, rather than just someone giving me a call, hey Shabazz, I'm calling from XYZ University. If someone will give me a call and say, hey Shabazz, I'm calling from XYZ University, I can see that yesterday evening we have inquired on Facebook regarding our computer science engineering, which comes with AI certification. Also, I can see you are a resident of KL. You are residing here, and this is what you have scored in your A level or O level. And let me help you out how this course is going to help you to build your career. So that call or that communication on that particular channel will improve my is here to help me out. So hyper personalized nurturing is the second challenge which is there that needs to be improved. And then comes giving the ease of uploading the documents, validating the documents as per MOE norms, different affiliations and all. Right. So these are the things that are the challenges in the enrollment journey that needs to be automated across the industry.
Agreed. Mr. Hong, visibility is crucial for steering digital transformation. It's like having a clear view from the top of Mount Kinabalu, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. The challenge is always there. Okay. Uh, we can talk about it from a few perspectives. Okay. One is from financial. Okay. Technological, as well as culture. Okay. Whether you want to implement a system, all this basically need to be considered. Obviously, we can ask for a system that is cheap, okay, all cover all aspects of requirements. But when that system is implemented, nobody actually like it. Okay, you get resistance from the staff. That system basically considered as wasted because it doesn't address the needs of the user. Okay, so when you implement a system, it has to address the needs of all parties, not only my needs, but I need to make sure that this system is easy to use. Okay, my students or my prospects are easy to onboard. Okay, they don't need to go through multiple hurdles before we can capture the information. And lastly, for my team, they don't need to duplicate any task, and the information is readily available. Then basically, performance will improve, effectiveness in delivering services will increase, and therefore, at the end of the day, retaining a prospect and convert them to a student much easier.
Right. So, Shabazz, what are your thoughts on specific tools or technologies that have streamlined the enrollment processes in the digitally transformed education landscape?
Absolutely. When you talk about technology tools, the first thing is we need to understand why we want our tool and what is the problem that is going to solve. Like Mr. Hong also said, right, the tool should address the problems of all the stakeholders, not just a single stakeholder, which is very much important, right, in terms of adaptability. If a tool is solving only the generic problem and not solving a specific problem, which is pertaining to all the particular users, it's never going to get adopted or scaled, right? The next is one should adopt for a tool that is specialized in education, right? We have seen organizations that are using the tools that are more generic in nature, which creates the adaptability challenge. Because when it comes to the adaptability and usability, if the particular tool is not easy to use, not easy to deploy, I'm going to spend a lot of bandwidth in that. I want a tool that is easy for my particular users in the organization as well as the students. It should be easy see what is happening. They can use the tool at their ease, right? They can see what is the utility of that tool. Because if anyone is procuring a particular tool or any technology, the idea is to improve the efficiency rather than burden them with the technology. So adaptability will only come when there is ease of use, like Mr. Hong has said. The system can be configured based on the requirement of any of the organization. For example, if there are two universities in the same place and they are having the same value proposition, but the process flow of the student within the organization is always going to be different. Everyone has their own USPs. So the tool should be so easy that it can be built as a building blocks based on the requirement of that organization. So these are my thoughts, in terms of what set of specific tools or technology that can be used in terms of streamlining the enrollment process.
Right, right. And this is very informative. The tools and technologies are very essential for streamlining processes. So, Mr. Hong, I would love to know how do education leaders at help university utilize these digital tools and technologies to gain better insights and make informed decisions?
Yeah, basically this is the challenge that we all face in the modern world and rapid growth in technology advancement. And this technology advancement basically don't give you a choice whether you want to use them or not. Because if you don't use them, basically you are left behind and you are out of business in no time. How we actually utilize all these business technology tools in various ways. Okay, we are using these tools for provide services to the students, and also at the same time creates efficiency. And on top of that, the analytics part of it, okay, where all the information that we collected, we need to analyze, digest, and find out how this information can help us to provide a better service to our students. Okay, at the moment our enrollment system gives us not 100% of all the students detailed information, but we are supplementing it with third-party tools to provide us with insight that we can digest and based on to strategize our offerings and address the needs of the students when they come for counseling, so that at the end of the day we get a happy student and not a mismatch of expectations, therefore creates a unhappy customer who may want to reconsider their choice.
It's fascinating to see how tools are leveraged for better decision making time and again. Shabazz, in your view, what are some of the latest digital tools and technologies that are being implemented in Malaysian education organizations specifically? How do these tools, enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of the day-to-day operations and educational outcomes?
Absolutely. So when we talk about the latest digital tools, so when you go to Malaysia or you go to any part of Southeast Asia, the most common tool which is used for communication is WhatsApp. Now, when we say WhatsApp, people think it's going to be easy that you can save the number, but we are talking about WhatsApp automation. With Meta coming with new products in terms of WhatsApp, like WhatsApp Business API, WhatsApp chatbot, which is inbuilt with the business API, and live chat, right, through your branding number. Like Sir said that we want to have a brand connection. We want that every student who is coming for a counseling should be a happy student, right? Whether they are enrolling or not, they should get the right set of guidance. So one is WhatsApp. So I have seen that in Malaysia, WhatsApp is the most commonly used tool in terms of communication. And in terms of WhatsApp automation, right, we are providing you WhatsApp Business API, which is inbuilt with your WhatsApp chatbot, because we get students from various geographies in Malaysia. So it's practically impossible that a person should sit and interact with the person on the WhatsApp. So how about on WhatsApp, I can get an option 1, 2, 3, 4, and in last, I can get an option where I can request for a video counseling or something like that. So a student which is coming onto your particular website will get the information on WhatsApp, right? Another important thing is walk-in automations or open days. So when you go to Malaysia, you find that in open days are very big event, and they are promoting it, like anything, you'll find it on newspapers, on hoardings. So it's important to analyze the ROI of that, like how much we are spending on our walk-ins or let's say open days, how many candidates have registered, how many have attended. Of all those candidates who have registered, am I giving the right set of information? Have they come to my campus, taken the counseling? Are they going with something? Like, for example, if I'm done with the counseling, I'm getting a brochure automatically, right? Now, when it comes to the walk-in automation or open days, we are also talking about ease of use that we have discussed previously. So any counselor who's consulting a particular student, the ease of use will come when the tools that you're using are also available on the mobile app. Because as a counselor, if I'm attending an open day, I might be consulting or I might be counseling 30, 40 students per day. And it's practically impossible for a human to remember everything. But you want to give human touch in your counseling process. So it's important that do I have a mobile app so that whenever I'm interacting with a particular candidate, the lead is allocated to me, myself. Whatever interaction that I had with a particular candidate, right then and there, that is getting recorded. Third, am I giving an acknowledgement so that the moment the counseling is done, the particular student is getting a WhatsApp or an email like, thank you so much, you have interacted with Mr. Shahbaz from XYZ University. Based on your interaction, this is the brochure and these are the steps that you need to follow. So I think these are the new tools and common tools which are coming into picture. Apart from that, we have seen that in Malaysia, counselor notification also plays a very vital role. In Malaysia, we believe in hyper-personalized nurturing. We believe in personal touch. So we want that if a candidate is facing any issue, like sir was telling that the university will go beyond their steps to help the particular student in guiding them. So if as a counselor, I'm getting runtime notifications, what exactly is the challenge that the candidate is facing? I'll probably give a call to the candidate and say, hey, Shahbaz, I can see that you are trying to do this particular set of action and you're facing some challenge. Let me help you out. So empathy is going to be there and solution is also going to be there from the counselors. So these are the modern tools that are being used in Malaysia. And these are helping in increasing the efficiency and effectiveness of all the operational teams that are related to the recruitment funnel.
All right, thanks, Shabazz. I would like to know Mr. Hong's views on this, and I'm also sure, very sure, that the audiences and I are very curious and excited to hear some examples of key successes or the milestones achieved through the digital transformation at Help University.
Okay. What have been shared by Shahbaz is quite accurate. And Help University basically is believing in human interaction instead of anything says webinars or virtual meetings, because it doesn't give you the personalized interaction. So we have a lot of services that is delivered personally in person. And our students also appreciate that kind of touch. Okay. However, there are limitations to such services that we can deliver, and at the moment there are still some shortcomings in my arsenal that can continue to provide a more intimate kind of relationship that we try to build with our students. Our lecturers have been doing a lot of groundwork, and it seems to be very welcome by our students. But I'm sure that there's a lot of rooms for more improvement.
Thank you, sir. So, Shabazz, in your experience of working with several education organizations, What do you think are the best practices and strategies for safeguarding educational organizations in Malaysia's digitally advanced landscape?
So, when you talk about safeguarding education organizations and specifically to Malaysia's, digitally advanced landscape. So I think these are few of the pointers that I think are very important. The first one is robust cybersecurity measures, right? With a lot of student data, a lot of personal details that we are saying, and as per MOE norms, it's important that I should have a robust cybersecurity system, strong access control within the organization across my other stakeholders, right? Next is legal and regulatory compliances, which are very much important to be followed. And I think community engagement and collaboration. It's important that we should understand and contribute to the community what exactly other people in the particular organizations are using, how that is increasing the efficiency if there is a dedicated to the other fellow members so that they can also follow the same and grow according to that. So these are my four important pointers that I think are going to safeguard education organizations in Malaysia's digitally advanced landscape.
So, drawing from your experience of so many years in the education industry, Mr. Hong, what is your opinion on this? And how do you ensure data privacy and security while implementing digital solutions? Like, is there any insight that you would like to share for our audiences using which they could tweak or improve a thing or two?
Yes, for cybersecurity is a very important subject. Okay, where increasingly we are all moved towards cloud based solutions, and concerns on the security of the data has increased. Basically, there are a lot of ways that we can ensure that our data are secure. Okay, one of them is basically have a trustworthy partner in place and audit the partner from time to time to make sure that they have all the security measures in place. I have to admit that we are an education institution, and what we do best is provide education, and we have to live safeguarding our data to the expert who manage the particular aspects that they are best in. However, as the contact point between the organization and the expert, we ourselves also have to set up what I call it boundaries, requirements, and checkpoints that our partners must follow in order to make sure that they are doing what they claim they are doing. Okay, for example, the most recent CrowdStrike incident. Okay, we trust Microsoft, we trust CrowdStrike, but well, untested maybe update has crashed 8.5 million Windows computers in one afternoon. Okay, it's not to say that both of them are not doing their job. They have, but incidents still happen, meaning that there are still areas of responsibilities that we have overlooked, and both that basically the responsibility falls on both sides, and basically we need to continuously enhancing our security postures and engaging the right partners to make sure that all those areas are addressed. Beyond that, within the organization, staff members of the organization must also be savvy of cybersecurity's prevention measures. And what they do basically will be the single point of failure for protecting our environment. Okay, Because the thing is, if, for example, if you are scammed into clicking a phishing email, you actually open the doors for hackers or malicious intended visitors to create havoc within your organization. And you cannot say that this is the job of the IT department. Everybody has their own roles and responsibilities. Likewise, in education institutions, students also need to be educated to make sure that they are aware of the consequences when they come to any cybersecurity attack. They need to know that whatever transactions that they perform or any interaction that they are doing carry consequences. Okay. Well, small case, maybe they lost their own savings. Big case, it may bring the entire organization to its knees, and that is not good. So, cybersecurity is a responsibility of everyone, and everybody must be educated to make sure that it is being protected. Beyond that, we also would like to see that our partners, okay, doing their part in offering more secure working environment. That will mean that they do better coding, have a data production mindset when they're developing their tools and services. By doing that, the vulnerabilities that will exist within an application or service will be reduced, then the attack surface will be limited. And that will basically all contribute towards the safety of the data of a company and also the reputations of both parties. That is my 2 cents.
Right, absolutely agreed, sir. And preceding question, what skills and knowledge do education leaders need to successfully navigate the digital transformation? How can they stay updated with the rapid advancements that are, taking place in the digital technology?
Okay, I think the answer is whether you are in the education industry or not, in any businesses, the skill and knowledge more or less are the same when it comes to digital transformation. In a general sense, everything that you need to know basically is applicable, whether in the education or software as a service, or in retail or in food. Okay, so it's the same. You need to know what is coming, what is currently happening, what is currently developing. Then you need to know what is it about. Then by learning that what is coming, you will be able to better prepare to adopt. Because the thing is, if you don't take attitude of I don't want to learn, I don't want to know, basically you will be told, the industry will tell you, I don't want you, because you are not updated. Correct. So this is very important. Okay, we are now in the at first we are saying that we are in a digital transformation, but digital transformation has rapidly evolved into AI transformation. Okay, it's not only digital. Okay, but there is also another thing, another side of the story. Okay, you still need your human skill. Okay, you still need to know how to manage your staff. You still need to know how to communicate your thinking, your thoughts with your peers. Okay, how to justify a project to your stakeholders. All this is still essential. The skills that we learn in our business school, for example, they are still applicable. But one elementary skill that is definitely required is willingness to learn and adapt. Then basically is whatever stage of transformations that we will be in, you will guarantee a space. And you won't be washed out because you don't know. Okay. By progressing, meaning that we are learning and get to know. Then we will continuously stay ahead. And that is how we can survive.
Agreed, sir. Agreed. Staying informed or staying updated is indeed the key. So, looking ahead, what are the emerging trends in digital transformation that Shabazz you foresee impacting the Malaysian education landscape in the next few years? How should education organizations prepare for these upcoming trends to stay ahead in this digital landscape?
Absolutely. Tanya, when you talk about emerging trends in digital transformation, these are going to set a significant impact in the education landscape in the coming years. Education organizations need to be proactive in adopting these trends to enhance learning experience and remain competitive. So few of the trends that I can foresee, right, or that are currently into picture are one, like Mr. Hong said, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Second, I think is augmented reality and virtual reality. So AR and VR. So we can see a lot of labs, a lot of universities setting up AR, VR labs for doing that. Blockchain technology, like when we talk about, Mr. Hong was also telling that even the student should be aware what's going to be the impact of a cyber attack on their personal lives or let's say any of the particular things. So blockchain technology, the awareness about the technology is there. Gamification and interactive learning, right? So we can see that with the trends changing, everyone is going into gamification and interactive learning, right? Then next trend that I can see is IoT, which is Internet of Things. And when you talk about the preparation strategies that any of the organization should adopt, right, to be ahead of the curve. One is invest in technology infrastructure, which is utmost important for any of the particular organization. Continuous professional development, because it's not just adopting to a new technology, but learning that as well of all the stakeholders, right? A 360-degree learning. Foster partnership and collaborations, that is understanding what are new things coming up. Can we have more partnership and collaborations, whether it's with tech companies or within the community, to understand what should be the measures that needs to be taken. Promote digital literacy and pilot new technologies so that you can understand what is working for you and what is not working for you. So I think these are the preparation strategies that any organization can adopt to stay ahead of the curve.
Well, Shabazz, I must say these emerging trends, AR, VR, blockchain, IoT, etc., sound like they'll shape the future significantly. So, Mr. Hong, how can education leaders stay ahead of the curve in terms of digital advancements in security? How is Help University and your team preparing to stay ahead in this competitive education landscape?
There are quite a few strategies that we have in place. Okay, as what Subhas has said, okay, we are forming alliances with our partner universities so that we can combine our strength and gain edge over the market. Besides that, we are also improving our infrastructure to actually offer better services in to both students and provide effective service in productivity. On top of that, staff development. Okay, we are looking at how we can improve the knowledge of staff so that they can keep on the forefront of the development of technology. As educators, basically we are having the role of guiding and ensuring our learners able to harness the power of knowledge. And by doing that, basically, we have to know what we're going to teach our learners. Okay, so this is very important. Let me see. There's another aspect is basically improving on technology tools adoption. As technology evolves, tools also will be evolving. Excuse me. We cannot rely on a single tool to perform the task over a long period of time. We need to make sure that we know which tool are most suitable for us, that can help us move forward and produce the optimal result for the organization. Of course, this is not an overnight exercise. It takes time, effort, and also sacrifices from all parties before we can realize the result that we are desiring. And this is not one-off exercise, it's a journey. As technology continuously advances, this process will have to be performed as and when it is required. And it is basically, there's no due date. Apologies, I have a sore throat.
Yes.
Okay. So, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Hong, for such a fascinating insights. So it's clear from this insightful discussion that digital transformation is not just a trend, but a critical journey for educational institutions like Help University and many other in Malaysia. The shared experiences and strategies highlighted today by Mr. Hong and Shabazz underscore the importance of adaptability, visibility, and a forward-thinking approach in navigating this evolving landscape. The advancements in technology and the emphasis on data security and informed decision making are shaping a brighter future for education, ensuring that institutions are well equipped to meet the challenges of tomorrow. But before we wrap up, I see a few interesting questions for our audiences that I would like the expert speakers to take up and answer. So, the first question says, Malaysia attracts a lot of international students. What strategies do education organizations take that drive international students to Malaysia? I would like Mr. Hong to answer this question.
Okay, basically is that we have a quite, Malaysia education actually is quite advanced in the world. Okay, we offer quite a unique approach in getting the learners to get the concept. I have to admit, okay, whatever we teach is no different for anybody teaching in any institution. But the pedagogy of it, and also the way the teachers or the lecturers interact with the students, most of the time will make a significant difference in how the students get the subject and therefore learn the concept easily. Besides that, peer support. Okay, in Malaysia, we have a very friendly environment and culture. So we don't give our friends or our visitors blank face when we are approached. We normally will give a very friendly welcome, and whatever that is required, we will help to deliver in our own ability. So you have been to Malaysia. If you have been to Malaysia, you know how Malaysia is welcoming our visitors. If you have not, please visit Malaysia so that you know this is a unique culture where there is a blend of multiple races and we all live in harmony. This is also one of the unique points that I would like to highlight to all our attendees here, To manage that, basically, you need to know and be able to accept all the differences among all of us. Okay, so that is basically the selling point to our international students. Okay, so you learn with effectively from our lecturers, and the peer support and the people around here basically make you feel safe and comfortable, and therefore you can learn without any hesitation. So that is my short answer.
All right, thank you, sir. So there's another question. In this digital age, technology has a critical role to play. How can education organizations use it to enhance their processes? Shabazz, would you like to take up this question?
Sure, why not? So when you talk about technology, it is there not to replace your manpower, right? It is there to equip your manpower to get the best out of them. The technology is there to help you out, right? So when it comes to education organizations, right, it will help them to enhance the various aspects, right? The first aspect when you talk from a student journey is recruitment automation. So that's the more critical aspect because that's the first place from where the candidate is coming to your organization. So the first place where you can automate your process is recruitment funnel. The next is onboarding process, like how the candidate is coming into the university or the particular colleges, how their process are streamlined, how they will be getting the learning, right? Learning, whether it's classroom learning or we are talking about online learning and that thing. So that is where the technology plays role. Another is once the candidate has gone from the institutions, are we still providing the candidate a tool from where they can still be connected to the ground or to the roots from where they have taken their education? So alumni connect is one more angle. So when it comes to technology, it comes in three different areas. In each area, you can go for a particular technology expert and automate that process according to it.
All right, thank you, Shabazz. I see another very interesting question, and I think Mr. Hong would like to answer that. So it says, how do Help University engages with student? What communication channels bring the best result?
Okay, I am assuming that the students, meaning that the students is already with help, okay, taking a course. Okay, in that setting and background, obviously face-to-face communication is the best way of communicating. Okay, our students love to talk to the lecturers face-to-face, and it brings a lot of benefit to both parties, and it binds them together. Some of them, they actually establish a lifelong friendship way after they graduated from the university. Of course, besides that, as Shabazz mentioned earlier, when face-to-face is not possible, WhatsApp. Okay, I would say that almost everybody in Malaysia, in their handphone, WhatsApp is a must-install application. It surpasses any other communication channels exist in this world in terms of usage and reliance from our users. So they use it for well, you name it, all the imaginable way of communications or talking topics or usage is all done through WhatsApp. Okay, the only things that we can't do, if compared to in China, is that we can't pay. We can't pay through WhatsApp yet. If WhatsApp can make the payment, I'm sure that we will pay through WhatsApp as well. So, well, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you so much, sir. And as our conversation draws to a close, I appreciate the valuable insights shared by our expert speakers. While our discussion has been insightful and engaging, I understand the importance of respecting their time. So let's conclude our webinar here, reflecting on the enriching perspectives exchanged. But before that, I would like to ask the speakers to share their final thoughts or advice for educational leaders looking to strengthen their digital foundations. Over to you, Mr. Hong.
Okay. First thing is you will need to make sure that you need to invest in digital tools. Okay, that is vitally important. Whatever that we do, if you think that manual is the way to go, please think again. If you think that you want to invest in digital tools, don't rush for it again. Okay, we know that digital tools are helpful, but you will also need to make sure that you have done your feasibility studies and it fits your requirements, fits your purpose. Okay, it's not to say that I tell you this product is fantastic, you don't even test and you just sign it up. You may just waste your money. Okay, of course, some tools are inherently superior and you may not have that kind of risk. But again, do your homework and make sure that it suits your needs. Okay, everybody's environment is different. Digital tools will definitely help you in advancing your business and encourage collaboration in as well as improve the relationship between the student, staff, and the management. So make sure that you adapt digital tools, but do it the right way.
Thank you, sir. Over to you, Shabazz.
Absolutely. Continuing what Mr. Hong said, the first thing is in terms of adoption to analyze what are my strengths and weaknesses as an organization, and then select the right set of tools that I would like to take and adopt in my organization. The next is evolve with the technology, right? Evolve what is evolving in the environment, what are the new technologies, do some pilot runs and see if that is a scalable technology, if that is a technology that you would like to implement across all your particular stakeholders, right? So one is adopt, second is evolve, and then see what are the future insights, right? See what are the new things that are coming up and incorporate those changes into your organization, sticking to the guidelines that has been formulated by the MOE of the respective regions as well as the global compliances, respecting the privacy and the compliances of private data and all the crucial data that anyone is collecting. So these are my takeaways from this particular webinar.
Thank you, Shabazz. And thanks again to our speakers for their valuable insights, and to our audience especially for joining us in exploring the exciting intersection of education and technology. So let's continue to innovate and lead the way in shaping the future of education together. Stay tuned for more exciting webinars and enjoy the rest of our day. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.